Welcome back to our part 2 of Betting Odds Explained. If you missed the first video, please go back and watch. This is for beginners to understand football betting and the odds. So let's get into part 2 of this. You remember in our last video, just quickly, we 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 explained how to like how to register and then place your bet on based on home team, a draw or away team to win. And we also introduced other markets, which was going into other markets in detail. We discussed this. We discussed both teams to score, and we discussed double chance, how to bet on double chance. Now, if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like our videos, share as much as possible. Today, without wasting time, we are going to look at now first half predictions, goals, cards, and corners. This is now what today I'm going to concentrate on. Now, you can bet on an outcome of a football match. You know, football matches are usually there's a first half, then people go for 15 minutes break, then the second half. So at times you will find first half a team is trailing, the second half they score more goals and win. We've seen that in many games in the Premier League, um, and also in other leagues. So someone who is very good at looking at the outcome of the first half. And at times in big games, you realize that you can actually see possibility of having a draw by halftime, and probably another team goes to win in second half. So you can also place your bet based on that, on the outcome of first half and on first half alone. You know, and this is how. For example, you can come and say in first half, home team to win, or the the game will end in a draw in first half, or the visiting team will be leading. So all these also you can place an odd first half, 1x or 2. And again, the odd here is multiplied with what you've staked. It could be 50 shillings, it could be 100 shillings. You can place that. Now, that is one. Then when it comes to goals, you can also bet on goals in first half. And this is now where probably let me go to goals before I come to first half so that I explain something here. When it comes to goals, you can always place an odd and say this match will end in over 0.5. Over 0.5 means one goal and above, irrespective of which team scores. Over 1.5 means two goals and above, irrespective of which team scores. Over 2.5 means three goals and above. 3 is above 2.5. There is no goal that is 2.5. And that means if they say it is 2.5 over 2.5, it means then it is three goals and above. The same way, under 0.5 means zero goals. The goals are going, no team is going to score. So it could be ending in a 0-0 scoreline. Under 1.5, it means you can't have two is not under 1.5. So it is one goal, only a single goal, and that is done. Under 2.5 means the total goals scored in that particular game are going to be 2 or 1. Anything 2 and below, so it could be 2 or 1. Under 3.5, it means total goals will be 3 or less. So this is also an outcome that you can bet on. So you can bet on, and this is when it comes to goal, for example, here, this is the total goals for this particular match. So you can bet on which one, depending on how you've done your analysis and all that. And if you don't know how to do your analysis, we also have a video that um, tells you that gives you predictions and statistics. In our video, you can go look at it, look at the various sites that we've listed that you can do your analysis and predictions. And probably when you do that, you will be able to tell, is this game going to end in under 2.5? That means 2 goals and below total goals. You can place your bet there. But when it comes to first half, it means you are only going to talk of goals scored in first half. So goals scored in first half, like this one, under 0.5, you get an odd of 1.40. Under 1.5, meaning one goal only, 2.8. So you can also predict under or over for goals in first half. That is total goals. Then you can also predict in first half which team is likely to score first. So you can say none. None means it's like a draw, no goal. And the ODA is 3.00. You can earn, or you can say home team to score first, or the visiting team to score first. So you can also place bet on that. Both teams to score in first half. I had explained both teams to score. And you can also say in first half, yes, both team will score, and you get an odd of 4.30. And also you can say no, and you get an odd of 1.21, which you can place a bet on. You will realize the more difficult it is to predict, the bigger the odd. For example, if you look at here, both teams to score in first half, you see the odd is 4.30 because it's very hard to predict both teams will not score. This is an English Premier League which is very competitive, and you realize saying no, that they might end the first half in a draw, has a very small odd than this. The same way, if you come to goals here, saying that first half will end in over 2.5, that is 3 goals and above, has an odd of 6.80, meaning it's very difficult to predict that. So they give you higher odds, and this means if you are a real gambler and you place on this, and this game ends in first half with over 3 goals, then this 6.80 you multiply by the amount you had staked. For example, if you had staked 1,000, then you're having almost 6,800 shillings. But it is a difficult one to predict. I wouldn't say you go for these ones if you're a beginner. First of all, start with the over. Then there's also first half correct score. There's also full-time correct score, but there's also first half correct score, where you can say it will end in 0-0, it will end in 1-0, it will end in 2.2 goals, home team leading 2 goals to 0, and you see the odd here. If you say it will end in 2-2 at first half, the odd is 80, meaning if you have placed 1,000 shillings, you get 80,000. But you see, this is a very hard one to predict. So that is how correct scores are: both teams to score and first team to score, and total scores for first half. The same here as it applies in first half, it what applies in goals in full time. So you can say which one first goal will be which one. Multi goals, this is what you can code the correct scores. Then Leicester total, will Leicester have 3 goals, 2 goals, and that's where you see Leicester under or over. Crystal Palace the same, and all this. So you can also bet on all these goals. And then finally, let me talk about cards and corners and the odds. Now, in a football match, there are tackles, uh, there are corners. Corner means the other team was attacking and the defenders intercepted probably or kicked the ball that went instead of going to their goal, but outside their goal, and it's not a throwing. You need to understand the difference between a corner and a throwing. When the ball goes out on the sides, that is a throwing. But when it goes on the line goal, you know, that means now it's a corner. It can either be a corner or a goal kick. If it is the opponent that made a shot and it goes out, not in the goal, not on target, then it becomes a goal kick. But if it is the defenders who made an interception and the ball went out, then it becomes a corner. So with that also you can make a prediction that first corner will go to which team. So if you say none, it means the game will not have a corner. You have an odd of 101. If you say the first team will get the first corner, the odd is here, which you can bet on. Or if it is a home team, you have a two there, which you can also bet on. But you can also predict total corners. Will they be below 10? Will they be over 10? You can also predict that. Corner range, how many corners are going to be there in total? Is it 0 to 8, 12 plus, 9 to 11? You also have the odds to predict. You can also predict each team, the corner range, how many are they going to get? And you can also get the odds there. At the same time, in a game of soccer, there are tackles, and sometimes you can get a yellow card, which is a warning, or you can get a red card, which is you are sent off. So you can also predict, if you are good enough, you can predict also which team is going to get the first red card, or which team is the first. Actually, you can say, you can bet on first booking, who will get none. If nobody will be given a yellow card or red card, you can bet on none and earn and get this odd. If you are correct, you get good money. But you can also predict which team will be booked first, who will be given yellow red card first. It could be home team or it could be an away team. You can also work with that. Total bookings also, you can say they will be over 2, they will be 3, 4. You can also predict that here, under or over. As an odd, will there be a red card? Yes or no? If there's a yes and you predict correctly, it also gives you a bigger odd to win. So guys, that is my basic explanation of betting odds in normal. But now I want to go to live betting and explain what happens in live betting in soccer. And after that, I will explain jackpot in a short period. So let's go to soccer. Sometimes you missed to bet and the game has already started and you want to place a bet. You can bet on live sport, a game which is ongoing. You can still bet on that, and the odds are there. The market is also large. You can see from here, you have now, this is a game which is at halftime, and Yokohama is leading 2 goals. So in this particular one, you will find the likely probability of Yokohama winning is, you're given an odd of 1.26, and it is low because already they have scored 2 goals. So normally you can do live bet and say, I'm going to go with Yokohama winning at the end of the day, and that's an odd of 1.26. So with 1.26 you multiply with what you've staked. But you can also say you're waiting for a comeback from Imabari and they will win. Then you can also place an odd of a bet of 10.17. Remember, this one usually change. Like here it says odd has changed. Now it is 10.31. Can they score more than 2 goals without Yokohama scoring and they win? If you are a good predictor and you predict that is what will happen in the second half and they win, then you can stake, you can put your stake on that. Also, you can put your stake on these guys will come back, score, and the game ends in a draw. But for live betting, these odds keep changing with the circumstances and the situation of the game. If this guys Yokohama scores another goal and it is 3, you will find this odd going lower and lower, and this one's going high and high because probability of it ending here is very high. You at the same time you will also realize like this game of Honda and Sony in the Japanese league, it is at halftime, they're still nil-nil. So we'll find these odds almost similar to when the game was starting. But again, so you can choose either. But again, if you go into more market, you still have the over and both teams to score odds here to choose from. You can even choose on who is going to score next. All here. Who will score the third goal? Because already 2 goals have been scored. So who will score the third goal? You can choose this. You can choose none. That means it will end like that. Or you can choose away team to score, maybe an equalizer, and you can see the odds as it is. So that can also, you can also bet on that. That's how you bet on live on live games. But the odds are the same. So you just need to know that these odds for live games keep on changing depending on which level the game is and what are the score lines, all that. So that's how you bet on live games. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed. Um, Help us grow the channel. We educate more as many people to bet. Now, let me explain jackpot. Jackpot is a number of games that the promoters here, for example, in this case, BETIKA, have placed together. In this case, for example, the mega jackpot is a total of 17 games. So you can place a stake of 49 shillings by predicting the outcome of these games and win the jackpot. But there are also bonuses depending on the number of games. I think for them, if you get 15, 16, 14 games, you should be able to get a bonus. A bonus means if you got 15 games and worldwide all the people who placed their bet on jackpot get 15 games, then it means the total earnings for getting 15 games will be shared among all of you. So you might even get 15 games and get a bonus of 100 shillings, 1,000, 20,000, 200,000, depending on how many people got those games, those 15, 16, 15 games. So you should know that. But the stake is the same. You choose, this is like a multi-bet. So if you can choose Royal Sociedad, say Udinese, you will choose all the 17 games, what you think will be the outcome, and then place, and then place your bet. At the end of the day, after choosing all the 17 games, I'm just choosing randomly. I'm not saying these are the outcomes. So after you've chosen all these, then you will place a bet. But there's one thing, maybe you will find this an explanation in other videos. We have a video in our channel that explains how you can actually increase your chances of winning this bet or bonus using a double chance. Please go look at it. It explains how you can use a double chance to actually increase your chances of winning the jackpot and maybe jackpot. So if in that video it explains how, for example, if I choose here, there's one combination. So that means I've chosen two outcomes, possible outcomes in this particular game. That video explains that very well and why you should use it. So for these guys, they have mega jackpot, there's midweek jackpot, works in the similar ways, and there's also sababisha. Sababisha basically is some 8 games, I think, 8 or 7 games that these guys have chosen that will also predict the correct scores, the correct outcomes, and place a bet of 10 shillings. So this one you can't use combination. You place a bet of 10 shillings, and if you get all of them correct, you get to earn this. For this one, you have to get all of them correct. Even if you miss by one, you would have lost the bet. So that's how you bet on jackpot. Please understand very well what you're doing. As a beginner, you need to get the basics of these ones and understand why you are betting and develop your betting strategy. Know what to choose, know uh, your risk level and all that. But please do not bet on what you are not willing to lose, because betting is gambling. Basically, you can win, you can lose. So you should know that. Now that are the odds explained very well. If you have a question, leave it in the comment. And please remember to subscribe to our channel. I have done this. In our next video, probably we'll now discuss into detail maybe one strategy, and that could be betting on over or under 2.5, how you can use it to earn the bet. So please subscribe, do not miss the video, and hit the notification button. Thank you very much for watching, and do have a lovely day, and please bet responsibly, and I wish you all the best as you begin your journey to betting. Should you have a question, leave it in the comment section and I will be glad to answer. Thank you. Thank you for watching and enjoy your day. Cheers.